New drones and audits back in Bray, County Wicklow, and we're going to try a company called Alert Packaging. I'm doing this on a request from one of the subscribers. How are you, Barry? Said I'd do it one of these days while I was in the area. So here we go, try the usual. How you doing? I just came in to let you know, I'm going to be on the road outside here, taking a few photographs, and I'm going to be flying a drone over the building. Oh, it's just a personal thing, really, hobby of mine. I can give you a phone number if anyone has any concern. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, this is why I come in, just to clear these things up. No panic, yeah.
If I go, yay.
You get into trouble, I know, yeah.
Hi,
How are you? How are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
What's happening?
My name's Abby. I'm one of the
Abby, how are
managers
you?
in the company there. I was speaking to Maura there. She said you're taking some drone footage.
Yeah.
Why are you taking drone footage?
Oh, it's just I gather information about factories all over the country.
Okay.
In terms of like health and safety or green issues or that kind of thing.
Okay, and have you gotten permission from anyone in the factory? Or is there a waiver or information on what
Well,
you're
look,
looking for?
the only reason I came in was to let you know, because I'd rather I do it with your knowledge than without.
Yeah.
So I'm back off your land.
You can't be taking photos of our property and...
Why not?
Because this is private property.
That is, yeah.
Yes, exactly.
But I'm not on your property.
You don't have permission to get any photos of our property, of our land, of our...
From a public place.
This is private property.
That is, yeah, but here isn't.
I know that, but you can't be taking photos of
course I can.
For health and safety reasons. This is
Health and safety reasons.
You just said there that you...
Oh, that's what I'm doing, yeah.
But
Oh.
why are you doing this? We haven't given you permission to do
I
this.
don't need anyone's permission.
Yes, you do. This
No,
is
I
private
don't.
property.
That is, yeah.
Exactly. We're not giving
I
you
can go up
permission
to that house over there and film in the window if I wish.
No, you can't.
Yes,
do
I
that.
can. Absolutely, I can. I wouldn't, but I'm making the look.
Well, I'm asking you to leave. We don't want you to be doing this.
I'm not on your property, so you can't ask me to leave.
Well, actually, you are.
Okay, right. I'll go over there and do it then. No problem.
You can't be taking footage of our...
Absolutely, I can. I cleared it with the aviation people. There's no issue. I'm in a free zone.
You haven't cleared it with the company that you're
I don't
taking
need to clear it with
photos
the company. I do this every day.
of. This is... What about GDPR and...
Doesn't apply to me. I'm not a company.
Why are you doing this, though? And if we aren't comfortable with you doing this, why are you doing it?
It's my job. Everyone has a job.
I thought this was for your private interest.
Well, it's for my private interest, but statistics go to other companies.
What companies? Right, the company should be asking us permission to do this.
I don't. I flew over Dáil Éireann yesterday. Guinnesses, no problems. I don't see the issue.
If they're happy with it, that's fine, but we're not happy with it.
Well, they've no idea. They can't.
Can I have your card to see what company you're from?
I don't work for a company. I work for myself.
Can I have your card? Some information?
What information would you like?
To know what you're doing with this information?
I pass it on to other companies who gather statistics. That's all they do.
I'm asking you not to do it.
I'm telling you, I'm doing it.
Okay, I'm gonna call the guard.
Well, they're up there at the cafe. If you want to.
Brilliant. I'll go get them.
Okay, thank you. Okay, she's not happy either. So, what we will do is, I'm going to proceed, guys, because right, I'll switch over to the gimbal. Guys, let's get the drone up and see what we're at. Another person who doesn't want to. Alert packaging. Right, she said she was going to call the guards. Now I happen to know they're just down the road here at the cafe. There's a cafe on this complex, guys. And as I was coming down, there was a Garda car, you know, in getting their donuts and coffee. So she needn't go far to get the Gardaí if that's what she wants to do. So, over to my left, guys, any minute now. I'm half expecting a squad car. But, you know, I just don't get it, guys. I really don't get it. You can't, yes, I can, and it seems to be mostly the younger generation. And I understand they're not familiar with laws and stuff, as most people aren't until they start dealing with laws when they get a bit older and stuff. But they should have, if they don't know the law, and most of them genuinely don't, then they shouldn't be dictating laws if they haven't a clue that what laws apply. In this case, no laws. I can't film her private company from a public place. Of course I can. I'm going to be, I think I'll rename the channel, guys. You know, yes, I can film from a public place. So we'll do them a favour, seeing that we're filming their factory. We'll get their signage up on YouTube. So there you go, lads. You don't have to thank me for the free advertising. No, it's okay, don't worry. Just send somebody out to me. Send Karen out to me and get her to dictate laws that don't exist in return for me giving you free advertising. So there we go, guys. Another point made. Give me suggestions, guys. These factories are getting a bit, you know, repetitive. So, you know, and Garda stations, yeah. I just can't think of the minute another place. I don't want too much hassle, which I'm always going to get at the Gardas. Those who requested Lake Region down in New Ross, that's on the cards. And those who requested Dundalk, that's on the cards as well. Look, guys, if you want, as I said before, if you want to get me to come to a particular place, send me on the air code and I'll put it in the pipeline. I can't guarantee you when it'll happen, and if you're out west, it's unlikely to happen. Southeast is good. Dublin, Kilkenny, Carlow, Wexford, Waterford. Limerick is good. Cork is good. Even Dundalk and Belfast is. It's anywhere that's accessible by train from where I am, and the west would take all day to get there and all day to get back. So look guys, if you have any ideas, then fair enough. Pass me on the air code. So we'll film Karen coming down the road here after being up reporting me to the Gardaí. So let's get a bit of Karen coming down the road in her march, authority march. Where is she gone? Oh, there she is. Not quite able to pick her up there. Here she comes. Now, if she has any sense, she won't approach me. But these people always do. Thank you. I've told the guards they're on the way down. I'll be requesting a copy of that under GDPR. Doesn't apply, I'll be in. If you don't give me a method of copy, I'll be talking to the Gardaí. No problem. Absolutely no. The Gardaí will clear it up, they're here now. Well, Garrett, how are you?
After receiving a complaint just about the flying of the drone.
Yeah. Common occurrence, unfortunately.
Sorry?
A common occurrence, unfortunately.
To be fair, it is a workplace. It's a heavily, densely populated place.
Yeah.
So I would have my concerns in relation to it myself. And if I was coming down even off my own spec, I'd be asking you to take down out here.
Okay.
A lot of traffic vehicular. There's a lot of footfall in terms of persons. There is a question in terms of them being licensed or not licensed.
Yeah.
So do you have a license to be flying this in a public place?
Do I need one?
I would have thought so, yeah, in a heavily densely populated place.
Well, it tells me everything, Garrett, if you don't know whether I need one or not.
Yeah, if you're out in the middle of a non-populated area...
I'm free to fly here. I've had clearance from the aviation people.
Okay, well then do you have a licence from them or a letter to say that you have clearance from the aviation authority?
No, I don't need
But
it.
if you say something, you have to back there.
Well, you can contact them if you wish.
Sorry?
There's no issue. I can fly a drone now.
There is no issue here at all unless you make one.
No, I'm not making any issue.
I'm just asking you to take it down. And
you've no authority to ask me to take it down.
Sorry?
You've no authority to ask me to take it down.
What I'm saying to you, in the interest of public safety...
Doesn't apply, Garrett.
It does apply.
Absolutely it does not. Absolutely it does not. Makes no difference.
It does make, it makes a lot of difference.
Not to the aviation people who know exactly where I am.
Okay, you said you have permission from them, but you have no documentation or paper.
I don't need documentation. That's not how you check.
Okay.
I can show you the app that shows me free to clear, free to fly.
In the interest of...
One of your colleagues has already spoken to me today, if that's any help.
Okay. Well, now we're talking to you.
Okay.
And as I said, I'm asking you to take it down.
Okay, well, I was just about finished anyway, Gareth, but I'll be going up again.
I'm asking you to finish it now.
Well, I'm not going to finish it now. I'm doing my job. No, absolutely not.
What is your job then? What authority are you acting here under? You're telling me all this stuff that you're failing to back up. You're telling me that you have...
I don't have to back it up, Gareth.
You do.
No, I don't. I don't even have to speak to you. Okay?
You do have to speak to me.
No, I don't, Gareth. Can I have your ID, please?
My name is Gavin Colford.
Absolutely, thank you. And yourself?
Patrick Mackey is mine.
Patrick Mackey. Okay, thank you.
What's your name now?
I'm not giving my name, absolutely no way. Under legal advice and clearance from the Gardaí, I've been asked
from
not to...
What Gardaí have you got this advice from?
I'll be here all day listing the stations.
Okay. So you just go around doing this indiscriminately?
It's my job, Gareth. I don't...
What is your job then?
I gather statistics.
For who?
For companies all over the country.
What company are you working for today?
I'm not working for any company. I'm doing
this.
You're
not working today?
I am working, but I'm gathering statistics which will be passed on to other companies at a later date, depending on what kind of information.
Your employer?
I work for myself.
You're self-employed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Look, guard, I clear this every day with the aviation
Okay,
people
well,
and the
you're
advice.
this difficult every day with the people that you deal with.
Say again?
You're this difficult with the people you deal with every day.
I'm not being difficult, guard. I'm just doing my job.
You're being the
Two
definition
people
of
are being difficult here,
No,
and that's
it's just
me.
far
And
from
that
it.
lady who reported me to you broke the law. So if you're going to
Why
do your
would she
job,
break the law?
I've
I'm
requested a copy of the photograph she took of me, which under GDPR I'm
Even though you're
entitled.
videoing her, you're recording her, and now
Absolutely.
you have an issue with her recording you.
Yes, no, I've no
Do you
issue.
Do you not see the
Guard, I've
hypocrisy in
never
this?
said I had an issue.
You did.
I did
You said
not.
it's breaking the law. That
You
means
see,
there's an
no.
issue.
Can
That
I
means
finish?
there's- I wish you would finish.
Can I,
yes.
well,
I
let me
wish you would
speak then.
finish.
Let me
I
speak.
wish you would finish.
I will tell you
I
now.
wish you would
Right,
finish.
you're not going. I'm not going to deal with you, guard. I am entitled to a
Video
method.
people at work.
I wasn't videoing anyone. So if you repeat that accusation, guard, there'll be problems.
Okay.
Like there has been
What are you doing
numerous
then?
times.
What are you do-
You're
I'm
on
sorry,
very dangerous territory now,
sure
guard.
I
Making
haven't.
accusations that are just not true.
No.
Yes, you have. You said I'm filming people. I never filmed
Recording
one
them.
person.
You're recording them.
I'm not recording anyone, guard.
Don't raise your voice.
Don't make
raise your
accusations.
voice to
Okay,
me.
I'll calm down. But if
You need to calm down.
Right.
You need to calm
Okay,
down.
I'll calm down. Right. So can you stop making accusations that are untrue?
Exactly.
You are. You
You're
said I was filming
recording.
people, so
No,
I'm
you're
not.
recording them.
I'm not recording. How do you know whether I'm recording or not?
Because you have a recording device in your hand.
Yes, that does. I have a phone in my hand, but I'm not using that, am
So
I?
it is reasonable to assume that you're recording.
No, it isn't,
It is,
guard.
it is.
I've
Most
been through the
certainly
courts with this.
I'm
You're
sure
in
you
deep
have.
trouble already. Okay. Yes, you are.
We're here talking
Right.
to you as guards.
Okay. Make your point.
Difficult.
Right.
Being
Act on
quite
it then.
difficult. We are acting on
Right.
it.
She broke the law. You're going to do something about it.
No, because we're here doing
Right.
something
Okay.
about it now.
About somebody not breaking the law. Yeah. This is the
Yeah,
problem.
establish that. There's no problem here.
I'm
Only
telling you, I'm
problem
not
is
breaking the law.
So you're telling me you're not
I'll
recording.
give you €100 for any charity in Bray if you can tell me the law I'm breaking. And that's a genuine offer, guard. No, I didn't think so, because you know damn well I'm not breaking any
We're here
laws.
in the interest of public safety.
I'm here, I'm doing my job.
Over.
I don't like the way you park. That's very dodgy in public safety as well.
Well, where are you parked?
I'm not parked anywhere.
Okay, so you're not parked
No,
anywhere?
I'm on foot.
Okay.
See how I'm giving information that I don't have to give, and you're not respecting what I'm saying. You're not. You're entitled to ask. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You don't have the
That's what we're
authority
doing.
to get the information, though.
That's what we're doing.
Fine. What information do you want that I haven't given you?
Your name?
You're not
Who you're
entitled to
working
my
for,
name.
who you're acting
I'm
on
not
behalf
working.
of.
Told you I'm not
What
working for
authority do you
anyone.
have from the aviation
I told you that already, and
permission.
I told you that already.
Recording or not recording is the
I told you I'm not recording. So where's the issue? I've been as cooperative as I can, guard. Yeah. Are we done?
No.
Okay. What's the issue then?
The issue is we're trying to get information. We're trying to find out
What
who you're
information?
acting on behalf of.
I'm not acting on behalf of anyone. I'm here on my own, on my
In a
own back.
private business park.
It's not a private business, it's a public place, guard.
There's
It's a
dates on it.
public
Right of
place.
access can be
Under
restricted.
the Criminal Justice Acts, which I
Which
bet
one?
you're familiar with,
Which one?
this is a public
Which
place.
one?
The Criminal Justice Act.
Which one?
1994, yeah?
1994.
Yeah, this is a public place. And even if it was private property, you have no business, as trespass is not a criminal matter, guard. Now, does it know,
You're telling me
unless it's aggravated, yeah? Under Section 13 of the Public Order Act. I've been through this, guard, 3 times in the courts, thrown out every time,
sure you have.
because of
Sure you have.
Gardaí who have complaints made about them and upheld later. Okay? So if you
You're
want to
fully
go down the same
you're
road,
fully
I'm being...
entitled- You're fully entitled to make complaints.
absolutely, I will be, don't worry.
Yeah, you're fully entitled to it.
Absolutely. Just like you're entitled to ask me questions.
Yeah.
And I've given you all the information I can.
Very forthright and jovial manner. There's been, they haven't shouted
Right.
my voice at you once.
You're the one that raised your
You're the one who's breaking... They're not doing your job by investigating a breach of law. Okay? That's all I'll say. Okay? I'll be going in there to get a method of copy, and if it's not given to me, I'll be reporting it to the Data Commissioner.
The same way they can report you. for
They
recording
can't.
them.
No, they can't. I wasn't... They can't, even if I was. Guard,
Well,
just
prove
to
you're
make
not
this
recording
clear,
them then.
hold on a second, one
No,
second.
no.
There's no law being broken. That's
You're
why,
recording us now.
on Garda advice,
you're going
I
on
went in
recording
there
people.
in advance of doing any
What
flying.
Garda advice, sir?
I get
What
advised.
Garda advice?
Your colleagues today, I spoke to
What
them
colleagues?
up in outside Jabal in Cork Abbey.
So
Right.
you're in other places recording as well.
Absolutely, it's my job.
Okay, well, what is your job and who are you acting on behalf of?
4 times now I've told you what my job is. 4 times.
Gathering statistics, but for who?
For me. That's what I do. I gather them and pass them on.
Pass them on to who?
I can't tell you that. Under the law, I can't tell you that. That's client confidentiality. Guard, look, does it sound like I know what I'm talking about? Yeah?
No.
Okay, well
No, you're
then you
telling-
obviously don't know what you're talking about.
You're telling us you have authority from the aviation authority, but you've yet to produce it. You've yet to give
I don't
your
have
name.
to produce
You've yet
it, that's
to tell
the
us if
point.
you're recording or
I
not
can show you
recording.
the app that allows me. I don't have to...
An app allows you to do something.
Right,
An app allows
I
you
don't
to
ring the aviation authority, can I fly here today? They have an app. Otherwise they'll be pestered by thousands of drone operators who are currently operating in Wicklow and Dublin. Yeah?
Right. Well, it's the first time I've
Do you
seen
want-
a drone operator coming into.
Well, I understand that, Gardaí.
business
I understand
practice
it's
for-
new, and a lot of Gardaí don't know the law. I'm not saying you don't, but a lot of Gardaí own up and say, I know nothing about drones, but if you're called out to someone flying a drone, you would think you would know some knowledge. And all I'm getting is stuff that you know nothing about, obviously. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, Gardaí, but I'm doing my job. Yeah?
Is that your own equipment, sir?
Absolutely it is.
Okay. And how many of these can I ask do you do a week?
Most days.
Most days?
Yeah.
And are you in other areas around Bray? Or
I'm around the whole country. I flew over Dáil Éireann yesterday. I regularly fly over Store Street Garda Station, Pier Street Garda Station, the Bridewell, loads of Garda stations all the time. No issue. I just don't get it.
It's just we received a complaint in relation to...
Yeah.
And we're
And you should know that that's complete and utter rubbish. I understand you have to respond to a complaint. But when you come
we
out...
are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. But when you come out and you're being told that one person is breaking the law and you're not doing anything about it, but giving someone who's not breaking the law hassle,
I'm not giving you any hassle, sir. I'm just
asking for information that you're not
trying to
entitled to.
establish facts, that's all.
Yeah, well, I've given you all the facts you want. I can't give you any more. What can I do to alleviate your concerns? I'm trying to be helpful, Gar, but I don't want to be interrupted.
Well,
I'm a busy
I've been
man.
as civil as I can to you, sir.
Absolutely you have, and you've given me this, that and the other. He's off, you know, I won't say what I was going to say, but it's clear from his attitude, yeah. Making false accusations is not very
But he
good,
hasn't
Gard.
made any-
No, Gard, you were here and he said I was filming people, right? Now, I'm entitled to film people. I'm filming you at the moment, yeah? Just like I can film over there, go into a building and film. I can do that. So, but I wouldn't film people unless they approach me. That's what I do, okay? So for him to make that accusation is an absolute scandal and will be reported.
Okay, well, that's your entitlement, sir, in relation to it. If you
I
feel
know that.
way, you
It's
know.
I've been successful on numerous occasions.
Okay. And do you plan on staying here?
I'm going back in there now to try and get information that I'm entitled to. And I can tell you what they're going to do.
And do you know any of the people in there?
No.
Okay.
Except to the woman at reception who was absolutely polite. The woman who came out to me,
Okay.
she's going to tell me at the door, please leave the premises.
Right.
And I'm going to tell her I'm not leaving until I get the information that I'm legally entitled to. And if they ask me to leave, I will leave and report them to the commission. I'm not trying to be difficult, Gary.
I didn't say a word.
He did. On top of accusing me of filming people.
When you say the commission, you report to the commission. Can I ask what commission?
Data commission.
The
Data commissioner.
Okay.
I'm entitled to. I have no issue with them filming me.
So can I ask, are you freelance on behalf of the data commission?
No, I don't have any connection with the data commission except when I'm trying to report someone who's breaking the law. I'm entitled to a method of they can come out and film me all day long. I don't care. But I am entitled to get a method of getting a copy of them or information which lets me know they have deleted it. That's my image. I'm entitled to a copy of it. If they don't give it to me, they're in breach of the law. I cleared all this up with local Gardaí before I started.
And did you say that, am I right and correct in saying there were Gardaí speaking to you this morning?
Yeah,
From
they
Bray
were
here?
Yeah, I presume they were from Bray.
Okay.
I was reported to the Gardaí. I rang the Gardaí in Bray to confirm was there somebody coming out, because I don't like leaving if the Gardaí are on the way. I'd rather speak to them.
Yeah.
He put me through to control, I believe, and they said we have no information that there is a guard on the way. If you wish to leave, I said the only reason I'm making the call is he made threats against me and I want that logged. So he said fine. As I was leaving, getting my bus, a squad car came in. 2 Gardaí came out and spoke to me.
Leave it with me a second.
Okay, Gary. Right, guys, if I was doing something wrong, I would have been arrested by now, I think. I know that from experience. But, yeah, I'll have to stop singing songs, or at least sing ones that are not copyrighted. For example, let me think. Do do do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Actually, I have the perfect one for the Gardaí. Now, for you younger viewers who are not aware of that tune, that's the theme tune to Laurel and Hardy. If you don't know who Laurel and Hardy are, look it up on Google. Absolutely not.
ID yourself.
The idea, they have told me that the map that outlines all the prohibited areas, restricted areas and free areas are available to anyone who wants to use them. Otherwise they'd be getting phone calls every 5 minutes, can I fly, can I fly? Okay. And the app is...
Okay. Any proof that that's 249 grams?
Yep.
Okay, yeah. There is data protection issues here?
Not with me there isn't.
Okay.
With them there is.
Okay. You're recording us now at this moment.
Absolutely, yeah. I did inform your colleague.
Yeah, no, you did inform me. Okay, Bar, there's a camera in my face. So
it's not in your face, guys.
Your statement is in my face.
No, it's not in your face. You're entitled to have... You're going to be having cameras soon, aren't you? Yes. Protects everybody. They're on the way, and they're going to be...
Okay,
they're there for...
Your hand at me, please. Stop pointing your hand at me.
All right.
Okay. In any event, there is data protection. Okay.
No, there isn't.
Of it that you're recording that lady, and now you have an issue.
I wasn't recording her. There you go, making false accusations. Okay. I'm not having it, Gard.
Well, you have a camera.
I'm not having it. So withdraw it. No, right. Well then.
Taking your hand at me now, or you're going to be in breach of public
I'll do that.
Yeah.
That's not in breach of anything, Gard. It isn't.
It's threatening behaviour.
It's not threatening behaviour.
It is threatening behaviour.
Right.
It most certainly is.
Now who's raising their voice?
I have to get
Sean, Mickey Mouse laws that don't exist, and you're not doing anything about the one person.
Order Act exists, and you're going to be getting a direction under it very soon if you persist with this behaviour.
What behaviour is that, Gard?
Threatening, insulting, abusive behaviour, contrary.
You're not allowed to be threatened or abused under the Public Order Act. Doesn't apply to Gardaí. I've checked this out.
It does apply. Most
it doesn't.
Certainly.
It does not.
There's people in this area.
I wouldn't, but I could effing blind at you all day long, and you have to put up with it.
You're shaking your fist and you're pointing your hand.
Yeah, I'm shaking my fist.
You're being
more
aggressive.
False accusations.
You're being aggressive.
I'm not being aggressive.
You have a camera on your front.
Yes.
It is reasonable to assume that you're recording people.
Yes, I have told you that it's recording.
It's a you never told me.
I told your colleague.
This moment in time.
And the reason I did that because he's being polite. You're being completely the opposite.
No. Your recording will show anything.
It's all on here. Yeah.
Yeah, your recording
absolutely
will show
anything,
it is.
It'll be going to GSOC. Absolutely, it will.
By all means.
Yeah, good. I'm glad you're aware.
By all means.
Are we done?
By all means, no.
Okay. No. I can leave if I wish. I can leave if I wish. You can't detain me.
By all means. Nobody's detaining you.
Right, fine. So what's the issue then? If I'm free to leave, I'm free to stay.
Leave then. And
I said if
I'm stand here and ask you questions.
Absolutely can.
Well,
no
then
problem.
What's the problem?
There's no problem. Never was a problem.
There was from the very moment we met you. You've been argumentative.
No, because you didn't get the answers you want, Gard. That's different. I'm entitled to refuse your request if I wish.
Yeah.
I'm being cooperative. I've given you more information. I've given you a lot more information. I can point my finger. I can point my finger if I want. That's not aggressive.
It's aggressive.
You're bordering on aggressive now. Yeah.
You're a laugh, the two of you. You're a complete joke. Again, that's aggressive now, is it?
Yeah, and raising your voice and shouting this.
Right. What's the issue?
Data protection.
Doesn't apply to me. Okay. Right, so there's the end of that issue.
The law doesn't apply to you now as well as data protection.
No, it's not. What law? You tell me the law I'm in breach of, which you should know.
Section 6 of the Public Order Act. Threatening, insulting, abusive behaviour in a public place.
A minute ago it was a private place. Make up your mind.
I said right of access can be restricted.
That's not what you said, Gard. You said that was a private place.
It is a private place.
It's not a private place. It's a public place, and I told you how it's a public place.
They can restrict you going into
Gard,
the place.
get rid of your big ego, all right, and calm it down. I'll calm it down. I'll bring the level down if you want. If you're interested in being cooperative. I'm not rising anything. I've given you all the information you want.
You've given me no information.
I have. That's a lie. It's all on here, the information I gave. I told you, do you want me to list the things I gave? No, because you know what they are. I've told you I'm not driving a car. I told you I'm in a public place. I told this colleague where I'm going to be for the rest of the evening, how long I'm going to be, which I told your colleagues already today. right? I told them in advance of doing any filming what I was going to do. I was told to go ahead. Yeah?
Who told you in there to go?
The receptionist.
The receptionist told you to
Yeah.
go ahead.
So I came out and I was approached by her. Okay.
Well, then
And
again, that's
I'll-
information that wasn't put to us.
I apologise for that, guard,
Okay.
but
And what did you tell them?
I'm sure you know that most of the information you get on a phone call is complete and utter swear word.
So now you rang them.
I didn't ring them.
So what's the phone call got to do with anything?
What I'm saying, when you get a
that
phone call...
You're suggesting that you made.
No, I didn't. You're misunderstanding me, guard. I'm saying most of the Gardaí phone calls reporting people like me get exaggerated. That's why that gets worn. I know exactly what she said to you up there because she told me, right? So I know what was said, and I know when phone calls are made from security and the lies that are told, which means you call out. I get Gardaí coming out to me, all right, no problem, yeah, and drive away. They don't even get out of the car and drive off. And the reason you didn't do that is you're trying to enforce laws because your big ego won't allow you to say that there is a huge ego here, guard, making false accusations. I've no ego at all. I don't make false accusations. You're a public servant. You're not allowed to make false accusations, and you'll be reported for that.
Report away.
What?
Report away.
I will. I do so on a regular basis. No problem.
you do. I'm
Absolutely,
sure
I
you do.
do.
I'm sure you do.
I have to, unfortunately,
I'm sure you do.
because of tyrants like you.
Okay. I'm no tyrant.
Yes, you're absolutely a tyrant. One of them big bad guys in the wrong job. Because he can't let his ego get the better of him. He can't actually say, actually, sir, there's no issue here. We'll leave you alone.
When people are up,
Because you know damn well that's the case. Go on, I interrupted you.
forthright, there's no issue. It's when people are evasive.
I'm not evasive. I gave you all the information you want. I gave you more information than I have to give you.
You told us or failed to give us who you're working with.
I told you I'm working for myself. So there's another lie. That's 3 lies now.
Okay. Or who you're gathering information on behalf of.
I can't do that under the law. That's 4 things I've told you. It's
Okay, so
illegal
you're
for
aware
you
of
to
that
ask, actually.
You're aware of data protection regulations.
Absolutely, and
We
they
can
don't
ask
apply
any
to me.
questions we so wish.
They don't apply to me. I'm an individual, I'm not a company. And even if I was a company, I never found anybody's personal information. Never do. Are we done?
Are we?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. Can I go back to my job?
Well, tell us what your job is.
I've 5th time now, guard. 5th time. I gather information about, sometimes it's health and safety. Started during coronavirus. Who has signs up? Why do they still have signs up when the objective is they're not needed anymore? What health and safety issues? Do you have sufficient e-chargers for the number of staff? Do you have solar panels on your roof? Hence the drone. And therefore I give that information to other people and they can publish articles. 20% of the factories in the Bray area don't have solar panels on the roof. That's what I do. I provide information to companies who gather statistics. That's all I do.
Could you see why companies wouldn't want their personal information about what
I never have personal information for them.
Well, not
And on Garda advice, your colleagues,
What colleague? What colleague?
a retired guard in my local area.
That's not a guard. That's
Right. Okay, legal advice then. Try my solicitor. And don't ask me his name. I'm not giving it to you.
okay.
That's
So
another
you're not
breach of
asking which
GDPR, right?
advice. Okay, well, you're telling
I've
us
tried my
this
best,
is-
guard, to follow. Go to the Gardaí. What do you want me to do? I'm filming today.
Okay.
What do you want me to do? And they say, go to the company in advance. Let them know what you wish to do.
Okay, well, what's the name of the secretary you spoke to?
I didn't speak. I'm just
Didn't
giving
you?
it.
Okay.
I did on lots of occasions, guard.
Okay, but not today.
No, but I spoke to your colleagues earlier,
Okay.
right?
You told them you're recording here at this company.
Yeah, I record all day. That's my job.
Okay, so earlier you weren't recording, but you are recording now.
I'm recording all the time, and then I'm not. But you made the accusation I was recording individuals, which I wasn't.
Okay.
And then you repeated it, and you still failed to apologise. And you will, believe me, guard.
You are recording.
Yes, absolutely I
Well,
am.
we've
I
stopped
never
that.
denied that.
So you are recording the movements of people.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm entitled to record in a public
Okay.
place.
Okay. So
I'm
can
sure
see
you know
how
that's legal as well.
You can see how that could.
No, because it's lawful, guard. It's lawful. I'm not breaking any laws. I'm doing my job.
But you're flying the drone over a company.
Yes,
over
I can do it.
premises.
I flew it over Dáil Éireann yesterday. No issues. Right? Where's the issue? You're just fishing now, guard, for something you can arrest me on. I know the way you work. Yeah, and when you can't find anything, you'll invent something and take me away in cuffs. Yeah, it's happened.
That's the last thing we want to do.
Yeah, well, that's the last thing I want to happen, guard. Believe me. And if I can do something to stop that from happening, I will. But I've given all the information I have to give, and the information I've given, I don't have to. I've been as cooperative as I can. Right? This gentleman has made false accusations against me. Right? Which, you know, if I had done that and realised later there was no issue, I would have apologised.
You're looking for an apology, is that what you're going
Absolutely, I am, guard, yeah. Absolutely, but I know people like you don't give them.
Okay.
Tyrants.
Okay.
Can I go back to work now? Oh, grand, no problem.
Who's stopping you?
Nobody.
Nobody.
They wouldn't want to try neither.
Okay.
The only thing I'll request of you, guard, is I'm going into there now. If you think that's going to create a breach of peace, which I doubt it, but I'm just requesting.
Well, it could. It could.
Of course it could, yeah.
Of course I'm not trying to be smart with you now when I said it, but it would be reasonable to assume that.
Yeah, absolutely it would.
Yeah.
That's why I said it to you.
Yeah.
But I'm entitled to get the information under law.
Yeah.
And I'm going to try, and if they refuse, I'll disappear immediately and report them to the Commissioner.
Yeah, but I'm glad we're on the same page in the sense that you can see how possibly you going in there and having had flown a drone over the premises could cause a breach of the peace. I think that's a reasonable assumption.
Well,
and I'm glad
it won't be but only
on the same page.
Only a breach of peace from their point of view. There'll be no breach of peace from me.
Yeah, well,
I'm only looking for information I'm legally entitled to.
What I'm going to say to you is how people perceive situations can be very, very different.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
when they think laws apply that don't apply. Yeah.
You perceiving there not to be a breach of the peace might not necessarily be construed by another person.
Absolutely.
There hasn't been a breach of the peace.
Absolutely.
So your perception of an interaction might be completely different from the other person.
Well, I can say one thing to you, guard, with 100% accuracy. I will not be breaking any laws between now and the time I get home tonight. None. Not one. Whereas other people who have spoken to you already have already broken the law and you've done nothing about it. So I've made my point. I'm not trying to be difficult, Garrett.
No,
I'm just trying to do my job. That's it.
Can I say something to you?
Absolutely.
I have actually, believe it or not, enjoyed the interaction with you. I've learned some stuff here today that I was not necessarily aware of beforehand. So I have actually somewhat enjoyed my interaction with you.
Well,
I'm not trying to be smart.
No. Actually, Garrett, I was just about to say to you, I'm glad that has happened. I'm glad you've done that because a lot of guards won't.
I'll shake your hand.
Absolutely, I will.
Okay, what I'm asking
Absolute guard.
I'm going to leave it on this note, and I'm not trying to be smart with
you
when
not.
I say this.
And I apologise for making.
We shook hands
for being.
We're okay on that.
A bit. No, I apologise for going over the. Bringing it up a bit. But I'm just trying to make the point.
I'm asking a person that has become quite reasonable, and I said to you, I've enjoyed my interaction with you, believe it or not. But I'm asking you, if you could make my job easier today, I would certainly ask you to make it easier. I would ask you, if you are going in there and you seem insistent on doing it, I'd ask you to be very mindful. That there could well and truly be a breach of the peace, and I don't want that today. I really don't.
I wouldn't think it's likely, Gary, because the person I had a difference of opinion with, I get the impression she came up from upstairs, whereas just literally in the door. Any chance I can have that from? No, please leave the premises, grand, and I'm out.
Can you see why we've interacted with you today?
Absolutely, Gary. I never have an issue with the Gardaí approaching me.
We're on the same page.
Absolutely, I'm actually glad you're here.
Right.
But
we're on the same page.
Once you're here and we're interacting and we're disagreeing, which you're entitled to do and I'm entitled to do, I don't want to go through the kind of stuff I've gone before, and hence my raised thing, and I've had a lot of hassle off the Gardaí. Well, look, Gard, that deserves.
We're going to have different opinions and we're going to have different viewpoints, but at the end of the day, we're adults and we can come to some sort of reasonable conclusion.
Well, look,
and that's where I stand on it. Okay, I've no issue with somebody recording me. I've no issue with my words being used for me or against me. I've no issue in the world. And as I said to you, I've learned some stuff here today that I wasn't entirely au fait with before.
Well, look,
so I'm happy the interaction.
Well, look, Gard, that is a big thing for me because that's part of what I do as well. Because I've had a guard come to me and say, look, I know nothing about drone law, so are you doing this and this? No, grand, I'm off. I've had that lots of times, but I've had the other side of it where I'm in the back of the car in cuffs and I'm gone.
But it's a very fine line between having a debate and
well,
the Public Order Act being invoked. It's a very, very fine line.
If you saw some of them, Gard, you would laugh.
Well, look, that's not the way we conduct our business.
No, I understand that, and I appreciate what you've done here.
Yeah.
And it's a thing that I really respect when you say you've learned something today, because I've done that, and that's a big thing for me. So all comments about going to GSOC and everything, they don't apply.
You have to be very forthright. Like what I would say to you, if I was you personally, and I'm not suggesting I know more about you, or what I would do up some type of laminated letter.
I've tried.
I would drop it into the place and say, I'm recording here.
Yeah.
My personal details are. The purpose of me recording is, and I would. That's just. I'm very forthright.
I've been down that road. If you'll go 3 days in advance, it's always no.
Okay.
Always.
Okay.
And I've tried, really. Yeah. So, and then I get 24 hours notice from a guy who wants information. I say, I'll turn up there tomorrow. And I've been into Garda station. I said, look, Gard, here's the thing. What's the best thing to do?
You have to have names, though, my friend.
I know, but I'm just telling you.
I went and I spoke to Inspector fucking Quinn in the Garda station.
No, it's not from a point of view of anything official. I just went in. I said, look, Gard, here's what I'm going to be doing. What's your best advice? Yeah. Contact them in advance. If you're going to be there on 10 minutes notice, go into them. Let them know what you're doing. If you are, listen to their concerns, right? And as long as you're and as long as you're confident, you're not breaking any rules, you can proceed. But be prepared for them to uphold their rights and say, I'm ringing the Gardaí. And I said, that's fine. So I did that a few times and I got into trouble. So then I said, right, I'll go a different route. I'll stand there, I won't tell anyone. I'll hide behind a bush. And you can imagine, so it's one or the other.
So you feel you can't win no matter what.
I can't win. And unfortunately, Gard, I've been to the court.
You get a little taste of what our daily life is like.
Well, this is. I said to her, and I said to the guy this morning up in Cork Abbey, please don't call the guards. Now, I did also used to go down the route, and I came close last night to ring in the Bray last night. My name is this. I'm going to be in the area all day tomorrow filming. I've had issues before. Here are my details.
Well, what I would suggest.
Here's my drone license, the whole thing. If you get a call tomorrow, and that has happened, and a guard has told me, they said we got no call.
There's an incident on our computer system that's called intention and complaint. Okay, if I was you, I'd ring up a Garda station and say, can you enter an intention and complaint incident on the Pulse system, saying that I am going to be in the area of such and such.
That tomorrow. Is extremely helpful, Gard.
Tomorrow,
I've advised Gardaí I will be in the area from A to B.
And between what hours? Yeah. And ask them for that incident
You see, there might be something you'll be able to help me with. A guard told me, he said, look, we have to prioritise when 4 or 5 calls come in at once.
Yeah.
Sorry,
this is not a call. In every Garda station,
there's a and person. If I know you're there already, I'm going to say he's not priority. I know who he is and what he's doing. I'll go somewhere else.
But there is a category of incident, and you can ask for that incident number. Okay. So
and you can do that in advance of.
Yeah.
So right. Okay.
If you get that incident number from the guard, so if I come up to you and you can say, there's an attention and complaint incident gone on the police Pulse Garda system that is 19326, stating that I have advised the police in advance that I'm going to be in this area recording for the purpose of such and such.
So if I ring them in advance and ask for a number, he'll give me one.
Attention and complaint incident on the Garda computer system, which is Pulse.
That's extremely helpful, Garda. I wish somebody had told me that before.
I get the incident number.
When we arrive on scene, then someone rings up. You can quote that. We can check it, and we'll.
That's a huge help, Garda.
I would even go as far as to say, I have a drone that does not exceed the 250 gram license. Right. I'm going to be using it. I'm within the areas that the Aviation Authority allow me to video. As I say, I won't be videoing people going about their private business. I am videoing or I am recording for the purpose of gaining statistical information.
That's a huge help, Gert. It really is, and I appreciate that.
You might get less hassle in relation.
If you can make our life easier today,
it sounds like that's exactly what will happen, Gert, and I wish I'd been told that before.
We're good. All right, good. And it's nice meeting you, all right?
Look, Gert, I appreciate that again. Another thing, I'm going to switch that off and just... Right, guys, after 3 years? Well... Forget my old channel, but 3 years now. I've finally had a very positive interaction with the Gardaí. I've had positive interactions before, but never that positive. Telling me exactly how to go about preventing the Gardaí calling out. Now, part of me, as I said to the guard there, part of me wants them to call out. But if they call out and give me that kind of information, which I wasn't aware of, that you can report something in advance and get a number from them, then I'm happy. That is amazing, guys. Let me know what you think of that, because you know, I give out about them, but I'm here to praise them when they deserve it, and absolutely 100% I'll hold my hands up and give them absolute credit for that. How you doing? I've been advised by the Gardaí to come in and request. I have to get a method of getting a copy. Not here and now, but I just want to get a method of how to get a copy of the photographs that were taken of me by the woman who came out to me.
I'll show it to you in my photo reel. That's the last photo I took. There's no more.
So it's been deleted?
It's been deleted, yeah.
Okay, you've assured me of that then. Okay, thank you very much. All right, bye now. Okay guys, I know what you're all thinking. They haven't deleted that. Of course they haven't. But here's the thing, guys. If they have not deleted it and they still have it, and I get a copy somehow and prove that there still is a copy on the file, and I won't go into too much detail, but that is an option. If I find out that there is a copy still on file, then there's 101 issues there, and it will mean the company getting huge fine and me getting personal compensation. Right, so guys, I'll let you go, and we'll give a wave to the lads. We'll give a wave to the lads. No, I have to repeat it, guys. They were amazing. Sorry, Gary, what's that?
How'd you get on in there, okay?
She assures me she deleted it. She pulled up her phone and went through last photos.
Yeah.
I can only take her on word, so there's no issue.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, guys. Thanks again. Right, guys, as I was saying, I am going to give them absolute 100% credit for that interaction. Because, as I was saying, it didn't start out very well. It was really bad to begin with. And we were going down the usual tyrannical route. Oh, there's the lovely word. I'm going to have to use that a bit more. Tyrannical. Don't ask me to spell it, guys. But so what? You know, but they redeemed themselves and they gave me loads of information that I didn't realise, that you can report something in advance, have a number, a Pulse ID number. Really good to know. So look, I obviously I won't always want to do that, but you know, because part of the channel, guys, as you know, is education for me, for starters, as in that interaction just there, and also for public servants like the Gardaí, who admitted freely today that they had an educational experience, but also for the woman who interacted with me. Not the receptionist, she was perfect, but the other woman, you know, going around telling people that I couldn't be this, I couldn't do that, it's private this and private that. You know, so there you go, guys, there's an interaction. You know, credit where credit is due, and I am cooperative with them sometimes. There's give and take. Sometimes I give them my name, sometimes I don't. I started out refusing, And I will tell you guys that yes, I did at the end give them, because when they give, then they get. It's as simple as that. And that's the way I've always operated, and that's the idea of the channel. Okay guys, I'm going to leave it there. I'm happy, I'm done. Get those requests if you want in for any location visits. Send me an air code if you want me to do one. And give me as much information as you can, you know. So, right guys, that's it. New drones and audits.